Good morning, dear children. I once again welcome you all to your English grammar class. Today we will take lesson 1 from your grammar book, sentences. The very first chapter is a very familiar topic, and the name of the chapter is sentences. You might have learned in the previous classes too what is a sentence. So, sentence generally we say a group of words that make complete sense is called a sentence. You all know this, and we know this if we don't arrange it in a proper order, it can't be called as a sentence. It has a subject and a predicate. Let's now understand a quick recap of the types of sentences. We all know there are 4 types of sentences: declarative sentences, interrogative sentences, imperative sentences, and exclamatory sentences. So let us discuss one by one with some examples. So the first type of sentence is known as a declarative sentence. In different grammar books, you can call it as assertive sentences or statements. It has various names. So let us define what is a declarative sentence. A sentence that makes a statement means these sentences will tell you facts, opinions, and other statements. Remember, this type of sentence ends with a full stop. For example, I have written here, I am going to school. As you can see, I have begun with a capital letter and put a full stop at the end. Remember, whenever you write declarative sentence, we have to put a full stop at the end. Now let's understand the second type of sentence. It's called an interrogative sentence. A sentence that asks a question. This type of sentence is usually asked directly to someone. Remember students, this type of sentence always ends with a question mark. Let's see an example. Who is the girl sitting in the classroom? When you see this sentence, you can see I have put a question mark at the end. Whenever you write such a sentence, it's called an interrogative sentence. Let's now see the third type of sentences. Imperative sentence. A sentence that gives a command or makes a request or give an advice. Please note that an imperative sentence ends with a full stop. So let us see some examples over here defining command or a request or an advice. Number 1, you must finish the work by tomorrow. So you can see somebody is commanding to finish the work. Second, please close the door when you leave the room. It's a request. And the third, always obey the traffic rules. It's an advice given to somebody. The fourth kind of sentence is an exclamatory sentence. Let's define it. A sentence that expresses a strong feeling or surprise. In other words, students, it expresses the intense feelings or strong feelings of a person. So note this important point. This type of sentence ends with an exclamation mark. Let's see with an example. What a lovely day it has been. As you can see on the screen, I have put an exclamation mark at the end of the sentence. Now, let us understand structure of a sentence or the word order in English grammar. So, let's understand. Word order refers to the way words are arranged in a sentence. And we should know the standard word order in English will be first subject will come plus verb plus object, where subject denotes the person or the thing that does something. It can be a noun or a pronoun. Verb, which is a word that expresses an action or an occurrence or state of being. And object, what is an object here? Object is a person or a thing that receives the action of a verb. So let's see some examples over here. As you can see, I have written here subject plus verb plus object. So there are two set of sentences I have written over here. He reads books. So here you can see he, you all know, is a third person pronoun. It's denoting the subject. And verb. Verb is reads. What is it doing? He is reading. What that person is reading? He is reading books. So the object will be books. So he reads books. In the same manner, the next sentence, Rohan opened the door. So in the second sentence also, you have to follow the same order, subject plus verb plus object. So subject will be Rohan, it's a noun, it's a name of a person. And opened is an action word, it's a verb, open, main verb is opened. And the object, what Rohan is doing, Rohan opened the door. So the door will be an object. Students, you have to follow this word order. Means you have to sequentially arrange the words in a sentence to give a complete meaning. This will be the correct word order in English language. Subject plus verb plus object. Let's understand, students, the transformation of sentences. What does it mean? We have already studied and discussed the four kinds of sentences. Now we have to learn how to change the different kind of sentences to other kind of sentences. Other kind of sentences means in your book it is already mentioned that forming questions. Forming question here means how to change declarative sentences or statements into interrogative sentences, or else it is also mentioned how to change the interrogative sentence into declarative sentences or statements. So please follow the given sentences as mentioned in page number 2 of your grammar book. There are a few examples mentioned in the book. Let's take it. Sentence A, Disha can ride a bicycle. It's a statement, or else you can say it's a declarative sentence. In sentence B, you can see the sentence, can Disha ride a bicycle? As you can see, there is a question mark at the end which has been converted or changed into an interrogative sentence. Please mark the subject, verb and object in the given set of sentences. Like in this, the subject Disha is written in the first order. At the first place it is written Disha, then the verb and then the object. But in the sentence B, you can see the structure has been changed, where the verb has shifted to the first place and the subject has shifted just beside the verb. So it has been changed to an interrogative sentence. So students, did you notice the difference in both the structures and that is mentioned above? In sentence number B, the position of the verb and the subject have changed. Remember, a declarative sentence or a statement can be changed into an interrogative sentence by putting the verb before the subject. So as you have noticed, the structure of the verb and the subject have changed when you change it from a declarative sentence into an interrogative sentence. Now let's take another example. Sentence C, Ritika will come tomorrow. Here you can notice there is no object in this sentence. Sentence D is written as, we have shifted the verb at the first place and then the subject had gone to the second place. That will Ritika come tomorrow? At the end you can notice there is a question mark. So students, please note that in sentence D, the position of the verb and subject have changed. Even sentence D doesn't have an object here. So students, when you change an interrogative sentence into a declarative sentence, the only thing you have to do, you have to shift the subject at the first order and the verb will again be placed in the second. So students, in this manner you can change the declarative sentence into an interrogative sentence or vice versa. Students, I have completed the first part of the chapter. I will continue with the question tags in the next video. Please complete the assignments as given in the PDF. Please write the 4 types of sentences with the examples in the grammar copy and solve few exercises as mentioned. Thank you, students.